Hey everyone, how's it going? This is just a Friday night chit chat about the outdoors, and hopefully some people come in. I'm sure there will be. I got the house to myself again. Let me adjust this. I'm all by myself, except for the dog here. It's finally Friday. It was actually a quick week this week. Last week was pretty slow for some reason. I don't know why, but it was. I think mainly because of the weather, the cold weather, which is going out the back door, which is fine. Hooked in hammocks. Hooks in hammocks. Thank you for stopping in. I don't think I've seen you in any of my live streams at all. Maybe I have. Don't mind the little bit of a dog whining in the background. Hey, Cody, how are you? Thanks for stopping in. There's something wrong with this dog's eye. It's a little swollen, so my daughter gave him a Benadryl, so hopefully he kind of relaxes a little bit. So hopefully there's not a lot of whining that goes on. They just left, so he's whimpering a little bit. Yeah, like I said, the cold weather left, and now we're supposed to start getting some warmer temperatures coming up. We'll be in the almost close to 40 next week, and so hopefully it'll be nice. It'll be a good change. We used to have a dog. Her name was Brooke, and with the dog in here now, there's a couple times where I was talking to the dog and called it Brooke. Hooks in hammocks. I am in Wisconsin. How warm is it supposed to get by you, Cody? Are you supposed to hit the 40s also? Well, I'm sure it's not going to melt your ice too quick because what you said you have like 30 inches of ice, huh? Yeah. Indiana. Wow. I don't think I've met anybody from Indiana yet. That's kind of neat. I've um most people that I've watched on YouTube are from the Mississippi East. There's only a handful, if that, of people that are out west that are following me or I follow them. It's mainly, hey, Rhett, just a slight little problem listening. Don't, I might have to go upstairs and bring him back down if he's a little bit too quiet. My week was pretty good. Actually, it went pretty quick. We had at work, it was pretty easy basically, and um yeah, nice and warm. I shed my insulated bibs and took off my Carhartt sweatshirt, so worked in just a regular sweatshirt here and there, and didn't have to lug around any cold weather gear. Come here, Rhett. Come here. Come on. So yeah, my week was pretty good. Out of the last 4 weeks, last week was the longest. Just shooting the breeze with Matt, texting, talking, videoing. Tomorrow should be a fun time. I'll be getting together with a co-worker or a former co-worker. He's big into duck hunting and conservation, so we're gonna go clean out some wood duck houses, and if need be, uh, restore them a little bit if they need to be fixed. So I'm gonna. Hello, John Coffee. How are you? Thanks for stopping in. So I think that'll be a fun experience, and I'll do some recording of that too. So that'll be something really different, which is a good opportunity, I think. People saying hi back and forth. So I don't know how many wood duck nesting boxes that we have to look at. I don't know if it's a handful or just one or two. So it'd be good. I think he's a pretty hardcore duck hunter, actually. I'll have to talk to him a little bit more tomorrow and kind of get like a little backstory from him. He's big into the our local Ducks Unlimited chapter. So that'd be kind of interesting to talk to him about that too. It's good to have people like that around that are really, hey, Becca, how are you? How's everything in Texas going for you? That's funny, Cody. Tell him I say hi too. Um, yeah, so he's really into the duck hunting and anything outdoorsy. It doesn't have to be hunting related, but like he goes around our local river with a canoe and picks up litter and everything. Hey, Raymond Williams, thank you for stopping in. Oh, I misunderstood that. I'm thinking, huh? Hooks and hammocks. I just scrolled back up. I saw what you wrote. I'll have to check that out. Backpacking, camping, fishing. That sounds like a fun time. Yeah, good times here. Um, will a dog chase the cow into me and back? Ooh, Becca, are you all right? Everything good? Any? I'm sure you got a little bit of a bump, huh? No concussions or anything like that. Tennessee deer stalker outdoors. Thanks for stopping in. How are you doing tonight? Thanks, I'm paved. Let's see. I was knocked out. Really? Wow. Good thing you're all right. If you guys haven't, hit that thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. It's wet and cold here in the mountains. I bet. Wildman, how are you? Thanks for stopping in. Today was the first day. It warmed up a little bit, but today it was on that the damp side. So, and we had just a slight little breeze, and that was just enough to make it kind of colder. Not like it was last week, but this is a different cold. There's a lot of moisture in the air today. Mo Homesteading, how are you? Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Just taking a little bit of time. I was going through the analytics on the YouTube studio, and thanks to Bushcraft, he kind of walked through it the other night as far as his analytics, and he was explaining a few things, and I've noticed when I went on to the part where it says uh, the audience or something like that, the most times that people watch my videos watch my videos are around this time. So I thought I'd give this a shot at this time. So I don't know if there's anyone else that has a live stream going on or not, but eventually I'd like to have a decent schedule for people to come in and watch and chit chat. Normally I was kind of doing them on a Sunday and Sunday and a Friday night. So so my Saturday is going to be filled with hanging out with that coworker, the former coworker, cleaning out those wood duck boxes, and I'll probably edit that video tomorrow. And there's a video that I want to upload tomorrow night. So I was uploading videos on Saturday mornings, but like I said, looking at my analytics, I think I'm gonna start doing them around 5-6 o'clock at night on Saturdays, just because maybe it'll work and maybe it won't. I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes. Anybody have any questions for me? Within reason, love to answer them just to keep the conversation going. Yeah, Mo, that's what I looked on that analytics, and most of the times that my viewers were on YouTube were right around that, like from 4 o'clock in the afternoon till maybe a little after 7 o'clock. Georgia Trapping and Fishing, hello. And Sunday, I am going to, I don't know what I'm going to do Sunday. One thing I do need to do is get myself a nice haircut. It's been way too long. It's been a while. How's the rabbit hunting going? Actually, rabbit hunting, when was it? 2 weeks ago, I went and there's not a lot of snow, but where I hunt, the drifts were starting to get pretty deep, and it made it a struggle. And once the snow gets deep, the rabbits will probably hang out within the fence lines and stuff like that, and they won't come out. They'll come out at night, but it's just harder for them to move too. But a few years ago, when I used to hunt up at my grandpa's house, there was a lot of snow. And I was walking through and there's a brush pile and I kicked the brush pile. I saw a rabbit come out and kind of go back up and over and into another tunnel. So I'm like, I was basically out for a good walk. I wasn't really hunting anything. I was hunting, but it seemed like um, the rabbits kind of burrowed underneath everything and pretty much stayed under there. Josiah Danbury Outdoors. Hello, thanks for stopping in. Judith and Dan Davis. Bicknell Bunch, how are you? Yeah, see, there's quite a few people that I don't want to miss any questions. I want to answer everything that I can. Yeah, it's been a few years since I TN Deer Stalker. I'll just call you Tennessee Deer Stalker. Yes. Um, it's been a few years since I've hunted squirrels. Yeah, but the snow it's pretty deep. It's tough going. It wasn't as easy as it was earlier in the season. Same with coyote hunting too. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna. I think someone else asked me a question. Oh, Josiah, thanks for stopping in to say hi before you go fishing. That's I appreciate it. Thank you. Georgia Chapin, thanks. I actually like it too. It sounds real crisp. Oh, last week Saturday, I think I started to get a little bit of snow into the speaker itself, and it started the male howl kind of sounded kind of raspy. It wasn't sounding like it was the previous week, but now that it's clear of moisture and stuff like that, I'm hoping it'll work a little bit better. Mo homesteading. I'm ready for spring too. Actually, it's these last 2 weeks with the cold. It really takes a lot out of a guy. You know, as I get older, I've talked to Cody about this too. It's um every year it gets a little bit less tolerable. I love being in the outdoors in the wintertime, but when I'm working in it day in and day out, it gets to be it starts to suck. Small water charters. Did I mention it was 81 here today? You did not. It was like 22 here. 60 sounds like a good temperature. I suppose taking care of animals and trying to keep the water open, the drinking water and stuff like that. It gets to be, I'm sure, some kind of a small headache. Sunfish Assassin, thanks for stopping in. Um, yeah, I'm just enjoying the house to myself for now. My wife went out to watch her godchild play basketball, and my wife and his girlfriend are out. Same with my daughter and her boyfriend. Six tonight, 60 Wednesday. What a fluctuation, huh? To one extreme to the next. I guess Tennessee deerstalker. Um, you just mentioned the cold and the heat. I think I'd rather have the cold, not extreme cold. I'd rather have that than heat and humidity. Wow, 67. Yep, spring is knocking on the door. It's coming up the sidewalk. Oh, all right. Thank you for stopping in, Tennessee deerstalker. I appreciate the view. Shiner guy, how are you? I guess the hot topic is the weather right now. Ghost Wolf, I can't even talk. How are you? Thank you for stopping in. Won't be long before the bass start spawning, huh? Shiner guy? You said a couple weeks ago 3 full moons. It's got to be 2 more left, right? Texas Trapper Outdoors is here. Thank you for stopping in. Don't worry about it. I'll have to check that out, Ghost Wolf. Well, today I had a follow up appointment with my oncologist, and everything's good. There's my blood work is fine as far as yeah, everything. There's well, about 2017, I ended up getting Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I kind of I had it like 3 times. They were in my lymph nodes, and every time the main one was down in my left leg. So they took that out, and as time went on, I needed radiation that took care of everything. And then a couple months later, I had another PET scan, and I had one on my adrenal glands, so I had that removed. That was there's 2 surgeons with that, and so technically I was cancer free, right? Well, a couple months later, after another scan, there was one up in my neck that lit up like a light bulb. So I had that taken out, and I've been free of it for the last 2-3 years now. So, and like I said, I just had a follow-up appointment with her today, and there's one part of my I forget. I'm glad my wife goes along because she remembers all this stuff. But so far, what the heck I got it at the tip of my tongue. I don't know what it is, but I'll say it. I'll think of it later when I'm off of here. But it's just starting to creep back up where it's supposed to be. I was at the low part on the lowest normal that I could be at before it was any concern. So now it's starting to creep up a little bit more. Ohio Trapper, how is it going? Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. So my next checkup is August, so I'm pretty sure I'll be good to go yet then, Lord willing. Texas Trapper, us Texans aren't prepared for this kind of weather. No, I suppose not. Yeah, Ghost Wolf, that's yeah. Prayers for everyone that are down getting hit really hard with that weather. Thank you, Sunfish Assassin. Yeah, me too, Georgia trapping. And yeah, it's yeah, that stuff is, it really makes you think, You get told you have cancer and it's like, holy crap, I'm only at that time I was 44 years old. It's like I have we have two kids that were in high school at that time. How it's field guide. Hi, thanks for stopping in. It's no one. There's no preparedness for anything like that at all, and you're trying to deal with it, and your kids are trying to deal with it. Plus, my wife, she was the brains of the operation, and it's just it throws your mind into a loop. It messes with you. Trapping with Jinx, hello. Thanks for stopping in. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry to hear that, Sunfish Assassin. But there's reasons for everything, and I feel that God's not done with me quite yet down here, which is good. So, and this is why I started this channel for well, thank you, Mo. I should just call you Tanya. Your name's Tanya, but I'm sure you go by Mo too. But yeah, so everything's good, and like I said, you can't prepare for this stuff. That's some scary stuff. Sorry to hear that, Rob. But like I said, this is why I start this channel. This is why um, I'm living life. I'm going out making YouTube videos. People might think, what are you doing that for? You're nuts. But don't care. I look at life a little bit differently now because of 2017, and I'm going to try to document what I do in the outdoors. So hopefully someone can see a video of mine and learn from it, have some enjoyment, entertainment. I hope everything's entertaining that I do or informative. That's my goal. And to have some kind of documentary. If anyone wants to, well, I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to dwell on it. Yeah, you're right, Sunfish Assassin. So true, Ghost Wolf. I really appreciate that, Texas Trapper. This was my third year doing this trapping, and I've learned a lot from a friend of mine, a childhood friend of mine. We still talk to each other. In fact, I have to take a raccoon hide over by him because he's shipping some hides out to get tanned, and I'm going to be dropping. He wants me to drop one off or drop mine off to get sent in with his. So, but I learned a lot from him. I'm no expert, and a few things I pick up along the way, I try to do a video of so that way I can pass that information along. Just like it says in my bio is you know how they say pass it on. You know, that's what I want to do. Well, thank you, Judith and Dan. Yeah, when I'm fleshing my raccoon hides or anything, well, so far it's only raccoon and muskrat. It may sound weird, but it's almost therapeutic. I when I'm fleshing the raccoon out, I'm not really thinking of anything. I'm just sitting there scraping, just concentrating on doing a good job, and I forget everything. It's I'm in my own little world in my barn. I have the radio on. I got some heat. You know, I'm sitting there and just doing what I really started liking to enjoy is trapping and the whole circle of it. Texas Trapper. I tanned a squirrel hide last year, and it turned out in the beginning, but throughout the summer, I noticed this past fall, I picked it up, shook it, and a few of the hairs fell out. So I don't know if I used the brains to tan it. So I think after I brushed it all on, my son shot the squirrel with a 410. So I'm thinking that the solution soaked through the holes from the BBs from the shot and somehow got to the first side. So I'm thinking that's what happened, or it could be something else that didn't turn out. You're right, Mo. Yeah, Vic, no bunch. Got a lot of comments coming up. I got to backtrack here a little bit. Thanks for all the comments. This is fun. Um, let's see here. Last one was, does anyone in the southeast trap coyotes or shoot them? Do 10 your own. Ghost Wolf. Darn it. Can't get this. I'm trying to scroll up and it's going way too. It's too much. All right. Yeah, every day is a learning experience when you're trapping. Just looking at Ghost Wolf's comment, you know, yeah, every day is a new experience. It's pretty cool. Then, where are we? You're right, Bricknell Bunch. It doesn't discriminate at all. And Mole, your comment, I don't think anything that brings you peace can be bad. That's true. Very true. Oh, that's funny. Juth and Dan. Wait till you try an otter. You will invent new curse words trying to scrape them. That's funny. Hey, Unpaved Explorer. You got stuff to do. That's fine. Thanks for stopping in, though. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Ohio Trapper. I hung up all my traps yesterday. I'm still sad about it. LOL. It takes a few months to get over it. Few months, and all of a sudden, there it is again. Trapping season starts. So, anybody have any other questions? Tom, ask everyone watching what their favorite animal is to trap. Very good question. I have a question for you all. What is your favorite animal to trap and why? See, that's what I got to do. I've been thinking of things to do, the questions to ask for my next live stream and my next live stream, and I never do it. And it's all, when I go live, it's all impromptu. And I'd like to have some kind of a structure to my live streams, my chats, and ask questions and things like that. So thanks, Ghost Wolf. Thanks for catching that. I just saw a little bit of it. I'm not even going to view the deleted message. Thank you, Raymond, and thank you, Rob. I appreciate it. Yeah, bye bye. If I ever get my trapping course done, it'll be beaver because we bury. Really? Must have a lot there then, huh? Irene? Yeah, I'm looking forward to eventually trapping some beaver. I think um, I'll ask myself that question. I think raccoon is the easiest to catch, I think, especially in dog proofs. Granted, it's they stick their arm in and they get caught. It's not like it's the only way I've trapped them so far. Never got around to making pocket sets alongside cricks or anything like that. Yeah, that was a cool bobcat that you caught, wild man. Ghost wolf, it's for you, it's mink. Oh, I bet. I wish I would have gotten into trapping when I was younger. Yeah, Rob, I would trapping wild shiners is in a cast net. I would think so. Yeah, Trapper, that's right. They just follow their nose. Wow, $75 for a good mink. Holy cow. Nowadays that would be a tank and a half of gas. Or maybe a little less. That's why well, you can wish in one hand and crap in the other, and you can figure out which one's going to fill up first. But like I said, I kind of wish I would have started trapping when I was a kid. Yeah. The one thing I'm going to do next year, I saw on Coon Creek Outdoors. I watched Coon Creek Outdoors. There's a troll in here. Boom, in the crosshairs. But he took the raccoon and rendered down the fat, and he mixed in birdseed and made his own suet cakes. I'm going to do that next year. And I'm also going to try to eat a raccoon too. I'm going to take the hindquarters. Why just the hindquarters? I don't know. I just want to try it and go with it. I want to utilize as much as I can. If I if Mark J. Larson Outdoors, he made that's funny, Rob. Um I don't know why that's funny. But if he can do up coyote backstraps in a stir fry, I can eat some raccoon. And I really want to save the oil from the raccoon too. I'll just oil my work boots and stuff like that, and anything else is leather. Texas Trapper, you make a little bit of money, I guess, but you're not going to get rich off of it. I why I don't know. After I saw that video, I'm like, I got to try eating uh a coyote backstrap. Hey, Jeremy. Yeah, I saw that too. That was pretty slick. I like that. It's a good idea. It's real easy. I've done it before. I got some fat and stuff like that from our local grocery store a couple years ago. It was cold out and they canceled work. It was so cold, and I rendered down the fat and got some birdseed and made some suet cakes. Turned out really good. It was easy too. Jeremy, I'm doing good. How about you? That doesn't sound too bad, Texas Trapper. Really? Oh, coffee outdoors. Hello, sir. Thank you for stopping in. Yo, T Rex. And cold? Jeremy. 45 minutes went past. Holy cow, that went quick. Oh, you're way down there. Yeah, you guys, we talked about that earlier. You Southerners are really getting hammered with some winter weather. Yeah, you're right, Shiner. All right, any other questions for me? Here we go. Test the ice on my pine against my eye. May fall in trying to catch it. -5 down in Texas. Wow. Muskrats were nearly wiped out when they did that, but when we ended up getting mink that were bred for their furs and fished. That's pretty cool. How tall am I? 6'1" with work boots on, 6 foot with them off. Low's in the 54. Low tonight is 54. Low's 17. That's perfect bonfire weather for this guy. I actually thought about having a bonfire tonight. There's like 2 feet of snow around my bonfire pit with a 3 foot bank of snow that I put around it so for a windbreak. Cody, right? Yeah, that's especially for you, Cody. Compare that's what 80 degrees difference. 6'7". Ooh, heck no. It's the camera angle. 6'7". Man, my son is 6'4" and real slim. I wouldn't want to mess with him. He's got the little bit of the attitude. If you're gonna mess with me, you're gonna get the horns. Oh, yeah, that's Rob. That's when the wind chill factor kicks in. Uh, I'm 6'3", but not slim. Well, right. I can attest to that. I'm not as round as I am tall, which is good. Yeah, the doctor told me too that losing some pounds would help. Well, that goes without saying, I guess, right? Section 8. Hey, Cheesehead. My hat's off to you. Thanks for stopping in. Cody, that's funny. Florida and wind chill are not to be used in the same sentence. Noted. That is so true. That's that's funny. Well, 16 here and 18 thumbs up. That's awesome. I think I had did I have 20 here or was it 18? Obviously 18 if they gave me a thumbs up. I thought I had 20 in here at one point for a short time. Ghost Wolf was taken off. Sorry, man, if I missed that. I'm sorry. Thanks for stopping in. Laughing too hard at Cody's comment. Oh, I hear you, Jeremy. All right, Cody, take care. We must be pretty quick at it. All right, Cody. I like to say how long I'll be on, but normally I have no set time. As long as the chat is going pretty good, and if people come in and kind of a thing, and like Rob said, if there's a good chat going, it should be good. All right, I have a joke for you. Let me think about this. I don't want to mess it up. All right, this is not. This isn't a bad joke. What do you call a woman that burns her bills? Bernadette. I don't know why I laugh at my. I think it's so fun. I love jokes so much. There's some I screenshotted off of a Facebook page. I'll tell you that one too. I hope I saved it. Here's a pun. Did you hear? They won't be making 12-inch rulers any longer. Get it? Oh, I love this stuff. Oh, and there's another one. I told it to my family the other night. They didn't think it was too funny. You know, they thought it was lame. Oh, here it is. One guy's pointing at something. What is that? The other guy says, it's a dry erase board. The first guy goes, remarkable. I think it's funny. It's great. Yeah. Yeah, Section 8. I saw that old sled. My wife's uncle, before he passed, he was really into drag racing, snowmobiles, and stuff like that. I don't know if he raced them like in a like what would be up in Eagle River, but he was into that stuff too. Doing small little engine repairs on snowmobiles and motorcycles and souping them up. I was fixing it for a flat track somewhere, but my girl wants to go bowling. uh, yeah, you love jokes too on Trapper, Texas Trapper. Yeah, you got to give in to your little girl. I know I would. That's some fun stuff. Yeah, like you said on Sunday, I need to have a daddy daughter date with my daughter soon. It's been too long. 13 people here so far. Looks like the chat is going pretty decent. Talking about snowmobiles and jokes and how tall I am. Yeah. Just looking at the chat here, talking about the snowmobiles and stuff. Um, I got that long pause going, which I don't like. I got to come up. What's everybody doing this weekend? Fishing. Looks like Section 8's going bowling. Irene, would that be in like um December then, or what? Or January? Skiing sounds fun. Wisconsin this week we were allowed to put in for a wolf tag to hunt wolves and trap. And the way I understand it, the rules will come out. I think the rules are out. Some what is today? The 18th. They were supposed to come out today, or in the next couple days. The drawing's going to be on Monday, I believe, or that's when you'll be able to find out who gets a tag or not. Like 50, depending on how many. I think it's 50% of. I think half the people that send in are going to get a tag. Then the other half will get a preference point, for next year. I didn't put in for it, but my son did, and I'm kind of hoping he does. I know it's the luck of the draw for getting a tag, but I think it'd be really cool to have him 63 tags up by you, huh? It'd be neat to have him get one. That would be an awesome video. Um, hey, Section 8, is Sky good? Is she from up by your area? I know she's caught like 4 wolves this year already. Obviously, she had to release them. And you have 1 point from 2012 yet? Really? I'm surprised I'm just looking at the comments, but they kept that point for you then, huh? That was back in 2012 that they had that other wolf hunt. Okay. But she'll go out trapping for wolves and she won't catch a thing. she, like I said, she caught 4 of them this past season. I got you. Are they, uh, Evan? Are they that numerous up by you that you guys see them all the time, or are they real elusive, or they just hang out? Do they try to stay away from um, houses and stuff like that, or are they pretty bold? Or they get real gutsy and come up to the houses and try to take livestock or things like that? Ohio Trapper. Boy, I think it's 5 3/4. I think as far as yeah, the jaw spread, it's somewhere in that 5 inch area. Really, Jeremy? Wow, it's amazing how I suppose once you start really chipping away at the deer herd, they're gonna be starting in on other things unless they just don't care. They'll do whatever they do when they're hungry, and if there's a deer, they'll take a deer. If there's a cow, they'll probably take a cow, huh? Granted, they are a neat looking animal, but there needs to be a balance in nature when it comes to stuff like that. Well, with anything, really. But you don't want to deplete the population to the point where it does go endangered or threatened. You need to have a good balance. I was going to put in for a tag, but at the I don't know how to hunt them. I don't know what they say. Like my son's been doing some research on it, and he said a lot of people use um, predator calls, obviously, like they would for coyotes and stuff like that. But I don't know, without knowing what the regulations are. I don't know if you can hunt them over bait, which I don't think you probably could. But where they would be, or if I don't. There's a lot of things I need to watch or read about and see how what they're like, what their characteristics are like, or are like. Daddy Duck. Yeah, that's what Cody said. You're mouse killing. One of our friends has camera. Oh my gosh. So, Evan, that is, and they're ruthless too. They'll just run anything down. I've seen some videos. They'll run down a coyote and just go to town on them. I bet that would work as long as you're. Yeah, it's. I know a lot of guys up, obviously up north, when they're running their dogs for training their dogs for bears, the dogs don't come back. Maybe you could send it to me through Instagram, or even go to. Do you have Facebook? Just look up my name on Facebook too. Send it to me that way. Yeah, Dan and Judith, they're I don't coyotes are not too well liked by the wolves. Well, that is Section 8. That is really good to know. I suppose the like a pup in distress call, or a two coyotes fighting sound, that would really draw them in. Then I suppose. Personally, Texas Trapper, I have not seen a wolf yet in the wild. I have a few friends that have. My wife's stepdad, they live up in Eagle River. They've seen them before. And the one up in Eagle River that her stepdad saw is just sitting like on the corner of a garage. And I forget where he was, but just that stare that wolf had was just enough to give you goosebumps, I guess. Ohio Trapper, I think they do. Really? Holy cow, $2,500 for a black hide. Wow. That that would be kind of a bucket list thing, Texas Trapper, the to well, one to do a video and trap one. That'd be kind of cool. I think I would only do a one and done thing unless I really get hooked on it. But I have to travel from where I live. I got to travel 3.5 hours. I would have to take vacation time. You really can't just do it over a weekend, set a trap, go up, leave early on Friday, go set a trap, unless you're really, really lucky. Or I think hunting them might be a little bit easier. JV Outdoors, how are you, sir? Thank you for stopping in. We just got on the topic of our new wolf hunt that we have this month. It actually starts, I believe it's next week, next weekend or something like that. We uh we were on what, I forget what day it was, where we could go online and buy it, and we have a week to do it, I think. Or is it today the deadline? I forget. But that's what we're talking about right now, are trapping wolves and hunting wolves in our state. Really? I'll have to hit you up on that. I'll send you a message somehow or another. That way I can figure out where you actually live and stuff like that. Sometime, not in the near future, but um, okay, lottery is on Monday. Yeah, that's what my son said. He'll find out on Monday. But I think around, be cool to do it like Memorial Day. But I think 4th of July would probably be the best. I'll have to, well, my vacation and stuff like that. Oh, that's right. Tomorrow's the last day to apply. Hour and a half north of Eau Claire. I'll have to. Eau Claire. That's in the middle of the state, right? No, I forget. Northwest. One of these days, I'll have to take a trip over there. There's always to it. I'll look it up on the map here. Yeah, like I said, that'd be kind of neat for my son if he would draw a tag. Oh, I got you. They pretty much have their own home range in the wintertime, I'm assuming? Oh, Russ County, I've been there. I went hunting there. Um, when the heck was that? That was probably back in 2012 or something like that. Okay, I could just look in here. I could probably follow. Where's the Eel River? Oh, that's way up there. Okay, take Highway 8 all the way over to Russ County. Okay, Ohio Trapper, you have yourself a good weekend, and you as well stay safe and warm. 13 still here. Pretty sweet. Huh. That's really interesting. I'm learning more and more as the night progresses. So JV, what are you having? We had pizza. We had I don't know if you guys are familiar, if there's any pizza ranches around by you guys, but It's a small chain. I don't know how far they go, but we had pizza tonight for supper. Texas Trapper, yeah, I got a buck, a respectable buck. I have it on one of my videos for the Wisconsin deer hunt. I have like I guess a little series of deer hunting videos from this past season. What was really cool, I wish I would have had more storage on my phone and a lot more equipment because I think, all right, sounds good. Section 8, Cheesehead. Yeah, Daddy Duck, this killing mice now and eating Japanese. Ain't weird. But getting back to the deer hunt, that that hunt went so quick. I was sitting in my shack, or it was my dad's shack. I was using it, and he came out hunting just to sit with me. But I just happened to want to stretch my legs. I don't know if I want to stretch my legs and just go outside for a little bit and just look around, or if I heard a gunshot in the background or in a distance. So I got out, walked out the door, and I was just standing there looking around. I'm looking to the north and I looked to the south, and all of a sudden I could see a buck running through the field. I'm like, oh my gosh, this can't be happening. It was a nice buck, and it came up to the fence line. I had all to do to grab my rifle, cock the hammer back, put it to my shoulder. The buck stopped. I'm like, I gotta shoot it now, otherwise it's gonna turn around and go. I shot and it turned around and went. I hit it, and no lie, it had to be like 5 yards away from me shooting it. And it turned around, ran. It ran like about 200 yards away from me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I know I hit it. I could see blood coming out. And I'm like, is it going to stop? And my dad came out. I think I scared the crap out of him. And we're walking over the fence line, and I could see it. He kind of did that wave, and he kind of laid down. I'm like, all right, let's just walk up slow. And all of a sudden, I saw his head come back up. I'm like, oh no, he's gonna get back up. Which I shouldn't have thought that. With the amount of blood that he was losing, I knew he was done. But yes, I make a long story short, I did get a deer this year. But it was the most exciting hunt I've had out there in years. It's the biggest buck I ever taken from that property. There's some bigger deer here and there, but I don't hunt in the woods. I hunt open farmland, and when I see deer, they're more or less trying to get to point A from point A to point B in a quick hurry. And it just so happened that buck came up to that fence line, stopped and looked at me, and now I had enough time to shoot. So it was it was a fun hunt. I wish I would have gotten it on camera. It would have been so awesome. It's I've been Texas Trapper. I've been hunting since I've been 12 years old, and I'm 47 now. And I can almost remember every deer I've taken so far. I started when I was 12. It took me till my junior year in high school to get my first deer. I know there's some people that um, go a lot longer, but section. Where's my old hunter stories from? I gotta do that. Thanks for reminding me, Cheesehead. I really gotta. That would be a fun video. I should have done it then when everything was in the um, deer hunting was trending. I think it, I think it would do good now, but I think everything's more ice fishing now and things like that, and getting up to spring fishing. But I would have to, yeah, I should do that. Dad Keltish, I like that. Well, that's cool. Got a deer coming up to the back door. Hey, Jeremy, a deer's a deer. If it was your first deer, it's still a trophy to you. You know, you can't let anyone say any different. You got yourself some venison to eat, and you have that memory of that hunt for the rest of your life. You know, that's what I really enjoy about it. Not so much the actual hunt, but actually sitting there and waiting is just as much fun to me now as I'm older. I appreciate it a lot more, you know. So there's a lot of ways to have him start. Section 8. That's a good point. Well, I could have him talk about sturgeon spearing and then transition that. You know how hunting stories kind of rabbit trail to one fishing story, then a hunting story, then it just spreads out. That's a good idea. That is too funny. I like that. Like getting back to you, Jeremy. It's like um, that one hunt. There's a point in my life where at work it was stressful, and I was looking so forward to going out hunting. And I told myself, when you're out there, just let my mind wander. And if I see a deer, I see a deer. Just let my mind wander. Just daydream. If you're daydreaming about something, and all of a sudden you think about something else, just go with it. Just let your mind relax. And that's what I like about hunting. It's quiet. I can sing. I can sing whispering like 99 bottles of beer on the wall, which I've done already. And you got to enjoy the whole hunt. And you taking that deer that you said nothing to brag about, I would brag about it. It's a memory for you. As Texas Trapper, that's all. It's having a good time. Yep, exactly, Jeremy. That's what it's all about. Right? No lie. Before I had the shack, I actually read a book. I I actually read a book deer hunting. It was so slow that year, but I stuck it out. Um, I'm a diehard. We used to go out in the morning deer hunting around lunchtime. We would go back to my mom and dad's place, have some chili, sit there for about an hour, and come back and sit there. At one point, I realized that people were saying that they got their deer around lunchtime, and well, I figured that out. I saw more deer in between 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock from people walking out of the woods and walking back into the woods than I did any other day. So that now I stay in my shack all day long. That's why I do some cooking videos from my hunting shack, because I refuse to go anywhere because I know I'm going to probably miss something or miss seeing a deer. Yeah. One year I was in a ladder stand, totally different spot, totally different county. And it got to the point where I was really bored. So I ended up dozing off. I'm sitting in my ladder stand. My head was almost all the way down to my knees. All of a sudden, at that time, there's standing water. All of a sudden, I could hear kaplooch, kaplooch, kaplooch. I kind of lifted my head up, opened my eyes. Once you know it, here comes a buck. I thought it was a half rack, but I wish I could turn this camera around. I got the buck mounted, and um, I slowly raised up, kind of sat back up. He was walking closer, and this deer was so close too. Like this one I got this past season, I put my shotgun up, and I was aiming for the base of the neck, where the front shoulder meets the base of the neck. It was quartering to me, so I shot, and it dropped right there. I'm like, holy crap! I can't believe this just happened. But when I got up to it, I totally didn't hit where I was aiming. I ended up hitting it high in the neck, and it's on my wall. So sleeping when you're deer hunting ain't the worst. Backbone Outdoors, thank you for stopping in. We're just talking about, we just got on a little rabbit trail, a good conversation of, we just got done talking about um, our wolf hunt here in Wisconsin, and that kind of rabbit trail to someone asked the question if I got a deer this year, which I did. I carry a little slot machine game. I bet you that would be fun, having a little game. Yeah, right, JV? Get all warm and snuggly and hunker down a little bit and take a little cat nap. Hey, man, thanks for sharing this out. I appreciate it. Let me see all that talking that I did. I want to see if I missed anything. I know Daddy Duck was eating Chinese food and catching mice. That reminds me, one Christmas when I was a kid, I had a little lever action BB gun, Daisy, and shoot, I'm not a trophy hunter. Me either. Like my grandpa always said, you can't eat the horns. But we were sitting there. Hey, you're a napper. There, we had a mouse in the house. We had the Christmas tree up. There was presents around the tree. And my dad said, "Where's your BB gun?" Well, I got him my BB gun, and there he is. He's left-handed, which was perfect for him because the Christmas tree was off to his right. he'd see the mouse kind of milling around by the Christmas gifts, and he'd shoot. He didn't get it, but he he had fun doing it. That was a memorable. Section 8. Okay, that was a memorable Christmas there. My dad shooting at mice with a Daisy BB gun. One way to really make you a good eye for shooting, like when I was a kid talking about that BB gun, I used to take laundry soap. There was a little cap on it, okay? And when my mom would throw the bottle out, I would take that cap and I'd shoot in the basement. We had one room in the basement that had a cistern that we knocked out. So obviously the basement's all concrete, right? But anyways, we peg leg living, old easy lever. Old easy action couldn't. Well, I got to the point where I was pretty good at hitting those the caps from the laundry soap. But as I got older, I took it up by my grandma and grandpa. At that time, when they had the barn on their property yet with the silo, there was pigeons in the silo. So I took my Daisy Red Ryder, cocked one in, aimed at the pigeon, and when I shot, it was kind of disheartening when I saw the BB bounce off the breast of the pigeon, and the pigeon never moved. uh, yeah, the old Red Ryder. When I saw that, I'm like, I need something different. So I went down to the local hardware store and bought a BB gun or a pellet gun. I think it was Crossman or it was Daisy, a pump one, and that's when I really started enjoying shooting air rifles. I bet you that was fun shooting slingshots at mice. That would be actually a fun thing to do. I suppose after a while you got pretty good at it. You know where to pull back and aim and let go, and kind of like traditional archery. Well, this was a good conversation. I like that. Good times, good conversation. Make sure you get a pump one, Daddy Duck. That way you can start out with one pump. If that doesn't work, just go to two, and then go to three. They could probably shoot two with one BB or pellet. Oh, I suppose, yeah. This year, when was it? A month or two ago, all of a sudden my wife was sitting on the couch and she said, I think I just saw a mouse. I'm like, really? Yeah, it was in our kitchen. It ran from one point to another. And I'm like, okay, it's time to get the trap. So I set a trap line in the house. I don't have it set, but it's a Victor mouse trap. I put it in a garbage can here in the living room because the little dog here, not little dog, it's a chocolate lab puppy. He was digging in the in the trash can here. So I thought I'd put this in here in the trash can. And once he would kind of nose around, maybe get his nose, I don't know, scare him a little bit. Well, that didn't work. So this is what after she saw that mouse trap or that mouse, I set this trap in. But maybe an hour later, got the mouse. And that was the last one. We've been in this house probably 23 years, 22 years, and I think we only had 2 mice so far. All right, Texas Trapper, I appreciate you stopping in, spending some time with the live chat here. If you didn't, hit the thumbs up. I'm sure you did already because there's 22 of them. So I appreciate you stopping in. You stay warm and stay safe down there, all right? Well, if we can make this last another 25 minutes, that would be great. That would be a good 2 hour chit chat. You know, it's amazing. I didn't expect to be in this house this long. Then we ended up having a storm back in 2000 where we had to gut the whole thing all the way down to the studs. Everything was brand new from then on. And my goal was to only be here like 5 years and move out to the country where I could kind of do what I wanted to do, shoot in the backyard, pee off the back porch whenever I wanted to, kind of a thing. Well, I do that now. But uh so yeah, only 3 mice at the 3 at the most. But it's so weird how you have them so every so often. Oh boy, a lot of mice, huh, Matt? That's not fun. Well, my mom and dad had a lot of mice in their house. Hence the reason shooting the mice with a BB gun. There's a time where I think we just moved into to that house, and there was a smaller mouse, and just walking through the kitchen, through the middle of the kitchen. Normally they follow the walls, and Trey Muse, thanks for stopping in. Um, I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, when we moved in, there was it wasn't infested, I guess, but there was enough where we had mouse traps and put a bunch of decon in the cold air returns in the house. I bet you. So the reason why you have to clean your shed, Matt, is because you're tearing everything apart, whacking and stacking mice with boat oars and machetes. That'd be a cool comedy skit, you know? There's a guy trying to get mice, and he tears everything up. Yeah, did you film that? That'd be funny. That'd be cool. Oh, my mouth is getting dry from talking so much. No wonder the speakers have water in front of them on a podium. Getting kind of parched. Yeah. Yeah, right. It does sound like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Oh, I missed those cartoons. There's sometimes I actually did it recently. I think it was a couple weeks ago. I actually watched um on YouTube. That's all I watch now is stuff on YouTube. I actually watched a little bit of yeah, a beer wouldn't be a bad thing right about now. I don't have a lot of beer, but that sounds like a good idea. But I was watching Merry Medleys or Bugs Bunny, just a few clips of Foghorn Leghorn, and those are funny cartoons. Oh my gosh, Irene, I bet you that house has got to be full of them. Then time to buy some stock in Decon or something. Matt, that would have been a cool, funny short video. You trying to get mice. Matt, you need a cat. Oh, yeah. Boy, last week, Cody had a live stream going. We went out to eat around, I don't know, 6:30, and we got home about 8:30. And I saw that there was a live stream on. Matt, I'm sorry that I missed that live stream that you had with Cody. Was it one of them nights I was up late? I think it was Saturday night. Matt, I saw part of that live stream that you had, the camaraderie. I think it was. No, yeah. I want to go back and watch. I saw part of it, but I want to actually watch the whole thing. It looked very interesting. But last week Friday, I was up till, or last Saturday, I was up till 12:30. That's very very late for this guy. I actually slept in until 6:30. It For me 6 hours. No matter what time I go to bed, I'm sure if I went to bed at 2 o'clock, I'll still be up at 6. But if I would go to bed now, I'd be up at 3, hands down, wide awake, getting up, making breakfast, drinking some coffee, and catching up on all my um, YouTube videos that I watch. Actually, all the people that are in here, living MN outdoors. Thank you for stopping in. Well, our last topic was mice, shooting mice with BB guns in the house. I miss something. Don't put out sticky traps. If you have a cat, they will have a mouse, and that's funny. Oh, excuse me. I am so sorry. Just got done filming videos in Cabela's. So, how many fishing poles did you buy in that time? I bet you that was a cool experience, huh? With you doing that, living in MN outdoors. With you doing that in Cabela's, did you have to ask for permission to do that, or did you just go ahead and start filming? And what were the people like? Were the people looking at you weird? Like, what are you doing? And oh, discreetly, I got you. Nothing wrong with that. I didn't know if how people would react to something like that. Like this past weekend, I want to go to over to Lake Winnebago where they have registration stations for. Oh, yeah, I'm sure you did. People aren't used to stuff like that, are they? What I wanted to do is go over to Lake Winnebago and be there as people brought in sturgeon that they speared. And I thought about asking questions and stuff like that, but I'm not a, I don't think I'd be a real good interviewer. So I'd have to really unbelievable. We were talking about, I had a doctor's appointment this afternoon and I totally forgot my mask. And so I walk in to the nurse's station or the registration to check in, and I'm talking, no mask on. Then one of the ladies behind the counter, would you like a mask? I'm like, I should have said, no, I'm good, I'm fine, but yeah, I guess I'll have to take a mask. So I'm sitting there waiting and waited for a good 45 minutes before we were taken back to see the doctor. But I had my mask down here, is one that wraps around my ears. That sucked. So I took it off to talk to the nurse. She goes, you have to put that over your nose and mouth. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. But I did anyways. But yeah, that's all. I'll say enough of that. But that's good that they avoided you like the plague. That way you could get some filming done. Boy, I haven't been in Cabela's in probably a year and a half. I think you mentioned something too that um uh, once Bass Pro Shop bought out Cabela's, everything changed. And I could see it. Excuse me. And I don't know if it's more of a trending thing that's going on, like more of a clothing line. I walked in a while back and it's like, this isn't Cabela's. There's way too many clothes. It's crazy. It's, I don't like it anymore. Even Fleet Farm around here, Fleet Farms are really starting to not be like they used to be. Their shelves are more empty than, I don't know, like they're going out of business or something. before Fleet Farm got bought out, it seemed like the shelves were always stocked and you could go there and get what you want and get out. Now you actually have to go inside a Fleet Farm and actually hunt for what you want. I like listening to old John Deere's that pop 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 pop. That sounds so cool. I know. When was uh when did they sell over to New York? There's something. I wish I wish they were still here. The Mills Fleet Farm. Yeah, I would watch the John Deere running. For some reason, I just love that old stuff. Like I think farm and fleets are kind of related to one another in a way. I don't know if they were brothers or something like that, or if I don't know how that went. We have 14 of them, 2 times. Really? I think it was like 2 years ago. I've always wanted to go to uh, a farm antique show, which I've finally got to do. Like I said, 2 years ago with my dad, they had threshing machines, they had sawmills, and some other. Oh, they had a steam engine running a sawmill, and the other ones were tractors running them. But that was so neat seeing all that stuff. I could sit and watch that stuff for days, well, not days, but hours. That's what I thought. Section 8. One is Mills and Blaines or something like that. Farm and Fleet. Yeah, that was a good time with my dad. Sitting there, just walking through, looking at the old tractors. I wasn't born on the farm. Rhino Joe Outdoors. Hello, thanks for stopping in. I worked on enough farms to appreciate the whole farming life. When I was a kid, a very young kid, my grandma and grandpa they were still milking and farming. Oh, cool. Um, I always loved going out with to the barn, helping my grandpa at that time, carrying a 5 gallon bucket of ground feed as a little kid, 6 years old, 7 years old, lugging around a bucket full of ground feed. Ay, ay, ay. But I really enjoy the smells of a farm, the sounds of a farm, the looks, and the whole nostalgia part of it. So seeing antique tractors, it's amazing how far we just looking at that stuff shows you how far we've come in those years. You're right, Rhino Joe. Something more simple about those times. I can agree and disagree in a way because back then, to us, it seems simpler, but back then, for them, they were really busting their butts. You know, One, they didn't have air conditioning. Wintertime, they had all to do to have heat. But simpler times I can understand. Yeah, things were they didn't have the technology, I guess, obviously the way we do. I think we're spoiled. I'm spoiled. Everyone nowadays is spoiled, in my opinion. Looking back, like you said, it's like it seems simpler to us, I guess. I wonder what they're going to think of us, the future, what they're going to think of us right now. you know, he is a 1938. Wow, that's some old. That is that is so awesome to keep that stuff alive like that. Yeah, electric tractors. Yeah, no kidding. Oh boy, I hear you there. Well, it is coming up on to 2 hours, and me sitting in this chair, my easy chair, isn't so easy anymore. Kind of broke last night a little bit, and then something's pushing against the small of my back. Is kind of getting to the point where it's getting sore. So I'll do my best to go to actually 2 hours or a little bit over, and I'll just read a couple more comments here. Right, Irene? How true would that be? There's probably a lot of truth to that. The electric won't have enough power to pull itself out of the mud, so you're gonna need a diesel to come get it. Holy cow, that's pretty cool. Cheesehead. Wow. Yeah, like I said, the green energy people don't realize that though. You could try to explain that till you're blue in the face, and they still won't get it. I guess no. I'm not even gonna go there. They ain't gonna get it ever. But yeah, like I said, going to that tractor show, antique tractor show, seeing those steam engines work, even the small ones, how that keeps running, it amazes me. I'm sure that it is. All right, everyone. I'm just gonna kind of click back or scroll back up and see if I missed any questions or comments. I don't want to miss anything and make someone feel like I skipped over them, which I don't want to do. If I skipped over you, I really truly apologize because I was going on a pretty good tangent there with talking about deer hunting and shooting mice with BB guns. No, I think I got everything covered here. So I am going to sign off. There's like 20 seconds left, and I'm going to wait till the top of the 2 hours. And I hope everyone enjoys their weekend. I don't know. I might do another live on Sunday. We'll see. But if I don't, you all have a good weekend. Have a good week next week, and enjoy the little things, everyone.